Hey guys, back again for another Star Wars Clone Wars action figure review, and for this action figure review I do have the menacing Count Dooku. So again, with Asajj Ventress, very excited to finally find him and pick him up and add him to my collection. So here's a look of him in the package. Very cool picture of him, and of course the figure. And I really like the packaging of the Clone Wars series, and of course of the Legacy collection. Just a look at the back of the packaging, featuring the other characters from Wave 3 of the Clone Wars. So, just going to read a very quick description on the back. Count Dooku, the leader of the Confederacy of Independent Systems, talks via a holographic projector to Asajj Ventress. Dooku is crafting a plot that will destroy the credibility of the Jedi and enhance the influence of the Separatists. So that's Count Dooku, and let me open him up so I can do a review. And again, just I can't geek out enough about the Clone Wars design of the action figures, the style, the animated look. I just absolutely love it, and it's just so cool to see in action figure form. So, let's see. And he does come with an extra hand with attached Sith lightning. And of course, a holographic projector, including a holographic minifigure of Asajj Ventress. So let me just take out the tape. And of course, he is part of Wave 3. And if you do see him in stores, pick him up right away. If you do see Asajj Ventress, if you're lucky enough to see Asajj Ventress, do pick both of them up. I think they're. I absolutely love the characters and the chemistry that they both have. I think it's pretty cool. Hold on, let me see. There we go. I forgot to cut off the elastic bands. Kind of not easy to see. Don't lift up the cape. This is actually one of the most stubborn figures I've had to remove off the plastic. Okay, finally. Okay, so here is Count Dooku. And of course, he's got his lightsaber. Kind of loose though. He easily pops out of his cape. Okay, and holographic projector with a hologram of Asajj Ventress. Cool. Okay, so here's Count Dooku. And again, his accessories, a holographic projector with a holographic figure of Asajj Ventress, his Sith apprentice, and his lightsaber. And of course, he's got an extra hand with attached Sith lightning. So all you got to do is just pop out his right hand. It just pops out, and you slide the peg of the the right hand in. Just like that. And he's got his Sith lightning. So, pretty cool. Right? Okay, so let me just take that out again and just put his regular hand back in. Okay. And let me just go over the articulation real quick. Again, with the Clone Wars action figures, very good articulation, ball jointed neck. Let me take off his cape. So, ball hinged shoulders, ball hinged elbows, swivel wrists, swivel waist, swivel hips. No articulation, unfortunately, on the knees. No ball hinged knees or ball hinged ankles. Kind of like the Anakin and the Obi-Wan action figures. They don't have articulation below the waist. So that's pretty disappointing. I wish he did, so for more posability. But anyway, still a great figure. A very good likeness, obviously, of the character. It's easier to animate It's easier to reproduce the look of an animated character rather than a realistic person. So pretty cool. I do like the character of Count Dooku as a Sith. He's very cool. I'm more of a Jedi person myself, but of course I do have a side of me that likes the Sith, and I really like the characters that they have for the Clone Wars, especially featuring more of Count Dooku, Asajj Ventress, and General Grievous is just awesome. So, Let me just put on the cape. And his lightsaber. One thing to note about his lightsaber, of course, very good detail. But most of you guys, of course, obviously, he debuted back in episode 2. And the toy, the lightsaber, does have a curved hilt. Now, what's interesting about that is that just a behind-the-scenes look, and being a Filipino, I'm very proud of this and how Star Wars and the Filipino culture unite, or I guess come together. Just to read a little bit of behind-the-scenes info from the StarWars.com databank on Count Dooku. It says here, the shape of Dooku's lightsaber with its arabesque curved handle, right there, came out of earlier exploration of Sith villains. Art Department Assistant Roel Robles brought in a number of Filipino swords, knives, and spears to provide inspiration for weapon shapes. One particular sword, a barong, had a curved handle that provided a firmer grip for the combatant. And that's what, believe it or not, that's what Uncle George picked, that same design of the curved hilt. And I remember when that first came out, all the fans were like wondering, why is Dooku's lightsaber hilt curved? It kind of doesn't make sense, because for those of you guys who know, and I'm sure you guys do, the hilt must be straight so that the crystal is aligned perfectly so that the beam comes out straight. So anyway, I don't remember seeing a cross-section cutout view of Dooku's lightsaber hilt, but I'm going to have to look it up. And again, I'm just proud of the fact that a fellow Filipino brother, designed Count Dooku's lightsaber. And I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the Filipino-American stand-up comedian, Rex Navarrete. In one of his DVDs called Hella Pinoy, he does have a little feature, and he lines up in episode 2. It's probably on YouTube. I'm not sure. You guys might want to look and see if that's on the site somewhere. He does have a feature that he was lining up for the midnight screening of episode 2, and he does talk about the curved hilt of Count Dooku, and that a Filipino designed it. So this is very cool. Very excited to have that in there, because Star Wars and my Filipino culture and my fellow Filipino brothers and fellow Filipino Star Wars fans, I'm sure, are very proud of that. So anyway, that's wraps up the Count Dooku review of the Clone Wars action figure. Again, very excited to finally get him. Although he does have a nice sculpted cape, it would have been nice to have his hood on, or I guess a separate hood, kind of like the Plo Koon action figure, which I will be doing a review on very shortly. So anyway, pretty cool action figure. I guess I give this a rating out of, I guess I give this a 9. A 9 out of 10 Clone Trooper helmets. Pretty much just because there's no articulation below the waist. I really would have wanted more of that. And possibly a cloak next time. But anyway, a pretty cool action figure. Definitely excited to finally have him. You see him, pick him up, don't hesitate. Prices range from about $6.94 at Walmart and Target to about $7.99 at Toys R Us and other stores. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and may the Force be with you.